Jack Hickman, and this is my day I was born speech. Every single year, roughly on my birthday, July 13th, the MLB Home Run Derby takes place. I spent many a birthday watching the likes of Jim Tomei, David Ortiz, and Barry Bonds before the steroids hit baseballs really, really far. And I really enjoyed watching their God-given talents. Two of the greatest performances that occurred at the Home Run Derby was 1994 when Ken Griffey Jr. became the youngest player to win the event, and in 2008 when Josh Hamilton put on a show for the faithful at Old Yankee Stadium by hitting 28 home runs in one round, which is a record that still stands today. Both these players shared the God-gifted ability to play baseball, but they also shared something else. They almost didn't make it to have these performances. Ken Griffey Jr. Was a God-gifted talent coming out of high school. He had a father who played in the MLB. He was one of the top prospects since he came into high school. But also he struggled with something else. In high school he struggled with depression. In 1988, when he was still a junior and only 17 years old, he attempted suicide. He was quoted in the Seattle Times in 1992 by saying that he felt like everyone was yelling at him about baseball, and then he got home and everyone's yelling at him there. So he ate 277 aspirin by his own count and was rushed to the hospital where he was luckily saved. He then turned his life around and eventually became one of the greatest baseball players and was just inducted into the Hall of Fame. Josh Hamilton, however, had a longer bout with his demons. In 1999, he was drafted by the Tampa Bay Devil Rays and actually began his minor league career in my hometown minor league team, the Princeton Devil Rays. There he really thrived and was a top prospect for many teams across the board. But in 2002, he suffered a huge injury and missed most of the season. And also in 2003, he suffered another. With so much time on his hands, he began hanging out at tattoo parlors where he got tattoos all up and down his arms. That led him to start binge drinking and also led him into harder drugs such as crack and cocaine. In 2004, the MLB banned him for life from playing Major League Baseball because of he failed so many drug tests. In an interview with Tim Cohen of ESPN in 2007, he quoted that his low point was when he was strung out on crack and he curled up in a ball on his grandmother's porch. And his grandmother found him, brought him inside, and took care of him. From that day, he said he found God and he found the perseverance to get back in the MLB.